Hi, my name is Alex Williams, and in this documentary, I would like to show you how the 2031 presidential election was decided by Generation Z and 4 key values. Now, this election of 2031 had 4 main candidates, the first being Randall Jacobs Jr. and his policy on responsibility. He had a call to the country to be responsible for itself and for the world. The next candidate was Sarah Johnson, who had a policy of honesty. Her main focus of her campaign was to show that she was an honest politician and not someone who would lie to the people. Carter Johnson mainly focused on morality throughout his campaign. He thought that the government had been taken over by people that lacked morals, and he sought to fix that. And finally, Henry Baker brought the issue of freedom to the American people. He sought to show how over time America had become less free to the individual, and he sought to change that. Now, the election of 2031 was mainly decided by Generation Z because, frankly, millennials don't do a lot. Now, we are going to go look at ad videos from each of the candidates to see what the people of this time were seeing during this election. After each video, we will watch real interviews with real people about why they supported the candidates they did and why they liked the values that those candidates held deeply. Now, let's see what it was like to be a Generation Z in the presidential election of 2031.
Hello, my name is Randall Jacobs Jr. I will be your next President of the United States. This country needs someone responsible and reliable to run this great country. Someone that will work hard for the American people. I will dedicate my life for this country. This country hasn't been responsible for a while, and it needs someone to come in and shape this country. Responsibility is the burden that comes with power, and the only great leaders can be the burden that will turn it into something beautiful. So it is time for a great leader to come in office and bring some responsibilities in this country and in these actions. America. Vote for me.
So why are you voting for Randall Jacobs Jr.?
I'm voting for him because he values education and I value responsibility, and that's a responsible thing to do.
Why do you think he's responsible?
Because he wants to help us further education with poverty.
Randall Jacobs Jr.'s policy of responsibility really resonated with some Generation Z. It did so because of so many years of politicians pushing things on other people and letting people below them take the fall. Generation Z was ready to see politicians that would own up to their mistakes and take on the challenge of the government head on.
Hi, my name is Sarah Johnson and I'm running for president in 2031. For years now, our government has been riddled with corruption and deception of American people that need to change. Honesty is a never-ending relationship between its people and its government. Honesty is what holds this country together. If the people cannot trust its government, then the country cannot see success and prosperity. The American people need someone that they can trust in office, so please, when going to the polls, vote for honesty, not for politicians. So why are you voting for Sarah Johnson?
I think Sarah Johnson's really well-rounded, an honest person, something I value a lot in somebody, like a soulmate.
Why do you think she's honest?
I think she's honest because she hasn't at least been caught in any lies like Jacobs Johnson has, how Johnson lied about her real estate business, that she laundered millions of dollars in, and everybody was just really disappointed in that. And Jacobs, man, don't get me started on Jacobs. Him and his wife lying to her all the time. I just can't support a political person like that.
Sarah Johnson's policy of honesty really resonated with some Generation Z. They were sick and tired of politicians lying to them, saying they would do things that they weren't going to do just so they could get elected and get them and their friends rich. They wanted politicians that were there for them and do what they said on their campaign trail.
Where have the morals gotten in our country? Once we were a proud country. Now we have corrupt and greedy politicians. But we can make a change to that. Hello, I'm Carter Johnson, and we can clean up this mess we call a government. and turn it into something of morality. Morality is not something you can touch. It's not something you can hold. Morality is the good of the people in this world and the doing the right thing no matter what. What is the cost and how hard it is? This country needs a moral backbone, and that backbone is Carter Johnson.
Why are you voting for Carter Johnson?
Because he values morality and he does what's right.
Do you value morality?
Of course, that's we need people who do the right thing and look out for people.
When Carter Johnson first appeared to the public, many Generation Z were very excited. They had lost many morals over the past couple years in our government and thought they needed more. They thought that politicians were greedy, they were lazy, and they were good for nothing. But Carter Johnson gave them hope by showing them that some politicians could be hardworking Americans just like them.
Freedom, a very commonly used word. It has lost some of its meaning over the years. So, let me show you what freedom really is. Freedom is being able to live your life as you see fit. Freedom is to be able to wake up every morning and not fear for your life. Freedom is being able to speak your mind openly, no matter the subject. Freedom has seemed to be going away over the last few years, but we can change that. We need to elect politicians that will bring freedom back and keep it secure. So, remember, a vote for Henry Baker is a vote for freedom.
So why are you voting for Henry Baker?
Well, Henry Baker is an all-time favorite of mine, of course. He has his own freedom thing that he talks about, and I disagree with all of what he says. He talks about how it's very important to what we need in our society nowadays, and I agree with that 100%. Henry Baker all the way.
Why do you think he supports freedom?
Why wouldn't you support freedom? We need freedom. Freedom is the thing that's essential to America nowadays. I mean, you just gotta think of these things, and Henry Baker's already thought of them. So, that's why I vote for him, because he's like me, man. He thinks about what we need, and that is freedom.
Many Generation Z thought their freedoms were at risk in the year 2031. So that's why so many Generation Z came out to support Henry Baker. This new politician, who promised to focus on the freedom of the American people, was a beacon of hope of those who were very afraid of losing the basic rights that they thought they deserved. So, in the end, Carter Johnson won with 38% of the vote, followed by Randall Jacobs Jr. and Henry Baker with 23% of the vote. And in last place was Sarah Johnson with her campaign of honesty with 16% of the vote. So, it seemed that Carter Johnson's policy of morality seemed to really touch the hearts of Generation Z. After years and years of greedy politicians that didn't seem to want to do anything for the American people, Carter Johnson's refreshing breath on American politics really seemed to touch the hearts of Generation Z. So this is how one election, the 2031 presidential election, was decided just by one generation and 4 values that seem to be near and dear to the American people.